thing that you have ever witnessed at a funeral?
So I had to get permission to tell this story. Not just because the story isn't mine, but because even though I've been told this story ever since I was 13 or 14 years old, I didn't believe it was true. So before my mom and dad started dating, my dad was dating an older girl named Abigail, who wasn't necessarily the most faithful, because once she broke it off with my dad, she immediately got engaged to a very wealthy man about town. And now, because she wasn't super faithful, she did end up having a bit of a wandering eye and fell in love with an aspiring pastor who was also in my dad's graduating class, so about a year or two younger than her. During one of their little extramarital excursions, Abigail was driving, and they ended up getting into a really horrible car accident. The priest was very badly injured, and Abigail ended up dying several weeks later. Shockingly enough, no one had a clue that he and Abigail were sleeping together. And the family asked him to do the eulogy because they were brothers and sisters in faith. Yeah, her fiance didn't like that too much, and during the funeral, during the eulogy, he stood up and shot the man in the chest with a handgun. From what I know, the pastor did eventually survive. However, I did not believe this story was true. My dad told me this story for years. I even wrote a version of this story for my college writing class one day, because I was like, it's just one of Dad's wild stories. It's cool. I didn't believe it until my granddad's funeral, which was about 6-7 years ago, where the pastor who married my parents showed me the second bullet hole in the pulpit. I had no idea.